busy watching it.
Ah, that's scary.
Okay, we have 1 minute to go.
It's on. There we go.
Are we,
Yeah.
It's on time.
everything is rolling? Are we recording and
No.
recording it? No. Okay, we're still a little while.
It's, lights orange.
That's on, I just. Yes, I forgot to listen back.
Someday we'll have a new system in here.
It is 5:00 p.m. on Tuesday, January 24th, 2023. I'm going to call this regular town board meeting for the town of La Quinta to order. Take a roll call first. Mike Anderson,
Here?
Amy Baxter, Susan Brennan,
Here.
John Carlson,
Here.
and Glenn Carlson also here. We also have our town clerk, Michaela Montaigne, our town administrator, Michael Gupta, our public works director, Ben Schramm, and audience member. And we have an opportunity for public comment. Is there any public comment? Samantha? No? Anybody? No? Okay. Well, we have with us this evening folks from the Wisconsin Historical Society who are going to give us a brief update, but before we move to that, we need to have a motion to adjust the agenda.
I'll make a motion to move 5A with the Wisconsin Historical Society to now.
Moved and seconded, any discussion? None? Okay, all in favor say aye. Opposed? Okay. Well, welcome to everyone from the Historical Society. We are looking forward to your update, and Nick said no more than 2 hours. Anyhow, I told him 10 minutes. He said, "Oh, we won't need that." So anyhow, I will let you take it away. And we have Angela Titus, Maggie Marconi, and Kelly Merton with us. So welcome to the three of you. We are not technologically as advanced as some places right now, so you can only see part of our town board and none of the people in the audience, but we're all listening. So thank you.
Very good. And you see your logo. Well, thank you so much for allowing us to join you for our periodic update on the goings on at the Madison Island Museum. So we'll use our 10 minutes wisely here, and I'll limit my remarks just to set up our agenda. First, Kelly's going to do a review of our 2022 season, which was very successful coming out of COVID. And then I'm going to hand it over to Maggie to follow with a preview of some of the projects we're working on for 2023, and also just a quick update on the historical marker that's in front of the building. And so we will be as succinct as possible, definitely under 2 hours. Okay, so Kelly, would you like to start out and tell us about what happened this past season?
Great, thanks Angela, and hello everyone at the Will Point Town Board. I just want to say, well, one, thank you for the support of the museum. It's always really wonderful when you all pop in and say hello and come to our programming, and we really appreciate that support. And like Angela said, we had a really incredible bounce back year. We had, as you know, our kickoff for May 13th for our Ashti Anishinaabe, the beadwork exhibit with the Ojibwe Youth Project. That exhibit was really wonderful. We had the Rabbit Before Horses Trickling meeting Manabuju exhibit, so that brought in folks from all over, and you know, it was again one of those exhibits where we had folks that were walking out in tears, and they were good tears. You know, not tears of, oh my goodness, what did I just experience, but oh my goodness, well, what did I just experience? And it was very moving for them. So that was wonderful. I'm sure you know the fur trade was back. We had our Wednesday programming, but we had some other evenings as well in conjunction with just one of those big, full summers again, and that, for us, we had 500 more people who visited the museum than we had in the past, and we were better than our projected revenue, which is wonderful and exciting, and I think that we are just really excited for what's coming up next year. So, Angela, should I give it to Maggie then? So, thank you guys.
Thank you, Kelly. That was a great wrap up of 2022, and we're excited to share what we have on deck with you for 2023. My name is Maggie Marconi. I'm the Deputy Administrator of Museums and Historic Sites at the Wisconsin Historical Society. And I can't see you, but I've actually met you because I have to know, and as soon as I have it, hello. So in 2023, we're going to be working on a capital project with the state of Wisconsin for a lighting project at Madeline Island. So that will be reviewing lighting both inside and out and making sure that we have optimal lighting inside the museum for the museum objects and for the exterior as well. So that was something that our museum staff has requested, and we're looking forward to getting that implemented. You can look forward to a full slate of speakers as you have in years past. Kelly and crew on the island have been working on putting together a stellar lineup of speakers, so you can keep an eye out for that soon. We also have a great lineup of artists in residency who will be coming up, and you can again look forward to the first trade program as you have in years past. And the walking tours will also be back, so all of your perennial favorites will be back in the 2023. We are also really pleased this year to introduce a new weekly kids program. Kelly will be able to fill you in on more on that as it develops, but there'll be an opportunity every week for kids to come in and interact with new teams every week. So assign you with your goals. We will also be working on developing a nurses program. So if you've had interest in volunteering at the museum and having an opportunity to interact with the museum on a different level and also to interact with the public, you should reach out to Kelly. Now, I will say that we're still in the very early phases of developing it, so give us a little time as we work on getting it set up. But if you seem really interested in volunteering with us, we would absolutely love to see you swing by and see Kelly when the museum is back open again. Very excited about that. And we will also be working on an art installation in the Casper Gallery, and we will have an announcement for that later this spring. Stay tuned. We also wanted to give you an update on the historical marker. I know that you all know that it came down in 2022, and we put up a temporary marker to let you know what's coming. So in terms of next steps, our outreach division at the Historical Society is currently engaged in engagement, talking to community members, tribal nations, and other folks who have a vested interest in the marker, so that we can be sure that we offer a great text that we want to have there for years to come. Once the text is ready, we will be reviewing it in March, and we are on deck to order it in April. So we're hoping to have it there and ready for the people of Madeline Island to read, as well as visitors to Madeline Island to read and to enjoy for years to come. So excited to share that with you. So that's a little bit about what's to come in 2023. Angela?
Thank you, Maggie.
So I read you eight minutes. We just wanted to be brief, but we really do appreciate these opportunities to chat government to government, and we will continue to invite ourselves back to get on your agenda and see some of the stuff. And we look forward to seeing you all at the museum this season. So happy to take any questions now if there's something immediate.
We do have
I just had a quick question. Is the marker going to be in the same spot as the old one, the new marker?
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. So it'll be very prominent right there as people come.
Okay.
Great. Well, thank you so much, and the next time we have a remote meeting like this, we're going to have some fancier equipment, so everyone will be able to see each other.
Maybe.
Well, that's the plan. Thank you very much.
And all of you. So it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for having us.
Okay.
And we'll come back again in a few months and share any updates that we have.
Thank you.
Okay, good night.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for changing your agenda for us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Yeah.
do we,
You don't have to have
we
another.
don't have to have another mic, okay, so we are moving on to administrator reports, town administrators report. Does anyone have any questions or comments on Michael's report?
I had a question, with the tower, your comments about the cell tower and the other offer, so they can, from what I've always understood, there can be 3 businesses communicating off of the tower. That's a federal law, only 3. So AT&T is obviously one, because it's their tower, right?
You know, Mike, this is not anywhere near my level of expertise.
But are we losing Verizon if we get this?
So Verizon is on the first, which is now the shorter tower,
Right.
and that's an American tower
Right.
management, if I believe. This is Harmony Towers is operating this tower. AT&T is the first client, I guess is the proper term. to
So
be
they
on
can
that
have
tower.
2 more.
It's my understanding, yes.
Okay. Any other questions or comments on Michael's report?
Go ahead.
Do we have anything to say about who, I mean, other than agreeing to a contract with them? Do we have anything to say about,
I'd have to read the lease.
because, I mean, people come up there with phones, expecting phone service with this new tower, and unless they have what's on that tower, they're, it's not gonna be any helpful to them.
Well, we did have a lot of meetings, and they did tell us it was not going to cover the whole island, it would only cover downtown, even with the new tower. The part of the coverage that we were gonna get was from Redcliffe to cover more of the island. This new tower, it showed in the map, it was only gonna give downtown.
It's supposed to send a signal back to those.
It's probably more focused on the other side of the, right?
But I was more curious of the companies that are gonna be on it. Are they gonna match, companies that?
No one has informed us that they're looking for more clients on their tower at this point. And again, I apologize, but, all this happened before I got here. I do not understand the economics of.
We might not have enough to say about it either.
Well, we are the leaseholder, so,
I mean,
for that tower, we're still the leaseholder.
And the other one too, after 90 some
98,
years, yeah,
it's 98 now.
98, it's clicking
only
down.
29?
97 bottles of beer on the wall. Okay, any other questions or comments for, John, did you have?
Yeah, I guess I'm wondering how the freelance and consulting business for the federal grant for the Harbor Commission is gonna work with Michael, and when will he be doing that, but maybe, I've got some questions, but maybe this is a thing for another agenda,
Okay, yeah, okay, that's fine. Anything else? Anybody else? All right, moving on to item 3, Public Works, roads, dock, and harbor. Item 1, the state municipal agreement for Hagan Road, state transportation project and local project. And you see the agreement before you. And there is a requirement for a match. Now, my understanding is that of that $414,000 possible match, that we can do in kind for that participating construction part. Is that?
I don't believe so.
No, we have to come up with actual.
Right, I
cash.
mean, this year, we need to come up with a design match, which is the $49,568.
Okay.
Construction begins next year, and so our match would be $365 plus any cost overruns.
All right, does anyone have any questions?
Well, Ben's here, what does he have to say about it? Anything?
I started corresponding with the local project coordinator who's assigned to this, the Northwest part of Wisconsin, one person at the moment, and she was really responsive. It seems like it's a pretty straightforward project. straight flat road, without all the other obstacles, I guess you could have, which are endless in other areas, so I think this is an opportunity that we've never seen. Proceed.
It's a great match. Anybody else have any questions?
You know, I will just point out, I mean, it's a simple project in the grand scheme of things, but we do have to follow certain federal and state guidelines, which means we have to request design bids from 10 companies that are not on the state roster, et cetera, et cetera. So, I mean, it's not just us calling up a few people and seeing if they're available. We have a lot of hoops to jump through. But, so I guess that's the price for getting an 80-20 match.
Yes, okay, that's true. Is there a motion?
I will make a motion to approve the municipal agreement for the Hagan Road.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item 2, revised job description for facilities manager, and Michael, do you have anything or Ben to add to what we had before us?
No, basically, it's to clarify that the facilities manager is not personally responsible for cleaning the buildings, but simply to oversee that the buildings are clean. And so,
Okay, well, that's a easy clarification. Is there a motion
I
to,
have a question for Michael.
go ahead.
So over in your notes, you talked about you cleaned up some of the language, but the basic change was just the
yeah, the
highlighted?
only content, I mean, you know, I cleaned up typos and commas and
Okay, thank you.
things like that.
Okay, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the facilities manager job description.
Second.
Moved and seconded as revised.
Yes, that's revised.
Any discussion?
Somebody second it?
Yeah, maybe seconded it. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 3.3, vacation extension request for Evan R. Erickson, and I think that was for 11 and a half hours. Is
11 and
that
a half
still-
hours, he would like the extension until February 28th.
I'll make a motion to extend the vacation time for Evan R. Erickson
Until the end of February.
till the end of February.
So,
Second, moved and seconded discussion.
so he's on vacation now, so these are an additional 11, not what's going on right now.
He could be
I have no idea.
chewing into it right now.
Oh, okay,
So it may be that
okay,
it might be a moot point.
just a question.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 4, committees, planning and zoning. This was item resolution 2023-0124, the Erickson land swap and rezoning of a portion of parcel 014001999-0000.
Go ahead, Rick.
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution, 2023-0124.
I'll second.
Okay, moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, item 4B, zoning board of appeals, we have a resignation of Bill Fennell from the zoning board. And I don't know if we need to formally accept the resignation.
I think you have in the past.
Okay, is there a motion to formally accept Bill Fennell's resignation from the zoning board of appeals?
I'll make a motion to accept his resignation, thank him for his participation.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And we have an appointment. They're many members short, but 2 regular members. And we have 2 people who have signed up, David Boone and Dale Whitaker. And so if we could have a motion to appoint those 2 individuals to the zoning board of appeals for terms ending June 30th of 2025.
I'll make a motion, we appoint David Boone and Dale Whitaker to the zoning board of appeals with term ending 2025.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded.
Mr. Chairman, can I ask that, you amend the motion pending, meeting the conditions of committee membership?
Okay,
Okay, I'll amend the motion pending meeting the
Conditions.
conditions of the committee members.
and did we have a second yet? You second?
Yeah, I second that.
Okay. Moved and
Who's
seconded.
gonna look into that, Kayla?
Georgie.
Georgie, so.
I'm just not sure that all the background information has been gathered yet.
Okay, okay. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Item 4C1, Energy Committee. This is a separate thing from the microgrid we talked about before. This is a Euclid's analytics application to the U.S. Department of Energy that actually does involve potentially being a pilot site for that flow technology battery. I don't know how likely it is that we would get it, but this gives them permission to list us as a possible venue for it. So is there a motion to approve this?
I make a motion that we approve the new grid analytics application to the U.S. Department of Energy.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, committee minutes. So you have a whole raft of them. Does anyone have any questions on committee minutes?
Two, right?
Okay, there any questions on the committee minutes? Okay, hearing none, is there unanimous consent to place them on file?
Yes.
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 Okay, item 5, Town Hall Administration, we've got the update with the Historical Society. And appreciate their time. Item B, quote with Loom Technology for the Town Hall AV system. And you have the quote before you for $10,210.94. Is there a motion to accept?
I'll make a motion to accept the contract with Bloom Technology for the amount of $10,210.94.
I'll second with discussion.
Moved and seconded, discussion?
I'm just wondering, Michael, can we get some feedback from other people they've worked for to make sure that they follow through and their work is
Sure.
good, you know?
Be happy to.
Because
do
this
that.
is, you know, we don't, because they're in St. Paul, you know, if there's a problem, who's gonna come fix it? You know, we don't, well, yeah, but we won't be there for 3 weeks or, you know.
So my-
Be happy to
Yeah.
have references
Okay,
or
thank you.
previous clients.
Yeah.
Be happy to do that. Do you want a formal report back?
I,
Just
Could you
some,
send out an
you know,
email?
other people you called, and
Okay.
they had a good review, or, you know, they were just something short.
Yeah.
but to piggyback off what John said, what I think is more important is if you gave them that scenario, what would happen if 2 months, after they install it, if something goes wrong? I mean, with the conditions that we're facing, with the cold weather and everything, are they gonna be able to get back up here? Or do they have, maybe they have people in this area to do the work for them, I don't know.
I mean, the reality is, of all the vendors, only one was within a 2-hour drive.
Sure.
So, but I'd be happy to do that and
But just
ask
ask
them
them.
scenarios, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to know ahead of time what we're up against.
I have a question.
No, that's it.
It's kind of a out there question, but do we know how it's gonna be like set up? Are we gonna have to be moving things? Do we
So,
know?
yeah, so what we've told all the vendors essentially is this table would be a against that wall. The video screen would be here where the Constitution Declaration clearly is.
Okay,
So obviously, some of the wall stuff we need to move, but essentially the screen, speakers and camera would be there, you would be there, seating would be around the table.
We'll be that way facing out. Okay.
yeah, that
So
works.
John, you'll be way over in the corner.
We're
And then-
Old Penny House on
People
Huh?
like this.
Old Penny House on Quaid, always do your penance in the corner.
There you go, there you go. Okay, we have a motion and second, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Next item, unused contributions to the designated fund that we set up for legal expenses related to our continuing issues with Ashland County. Question did come up from potential donors. If we don't end up needing to spend the money that we put into the designated fund, would people be able to get a partial refund in proportion to what they put in? And that seemed like a reasonable thing.
Yeah.
So is there a motion to that effect?
I'll make a motion,
I'll make a motion that if we do not use all the designated funds for the police project, that they will get a designated amount back, that
In proportional.
in proportion amount back.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, any further discussion?
in terms of proportion.
Well, it's in proportion to
So
what
what
they
they
put in.
gave.
That far off to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the figure.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, I asked to potentially reschedule the next town board meeting, which is our first one in February. I'm gonna be out of town that whole week, but I won't even be available the night of the regular meeting. Happens to be Valentine's Day, and I will be out of town at a nice restaurant, hopefully. So I could call in if we delayed the meeting a couple days, or we could have the meeting, go ahead and have it on Tuesday, the 14th. So I kind of leave it up to the board what you'd like.
Tuesday the 14th.
Tuesday the 14th, and John, you'll be here. Okay, all right. So we'll keep it at Tuesday the 14th, and
I'm not happy with that.
yeah,
No, because I had to spend my anniversary there in a meeting, and now I have to spend Valentine's Day, and we've got.
Well, when do you want it?
Thursday, and then
It
Glenn
makes a
will
difference,
call
man.
in.
I don't care.
okay,
And Glenn won't be able to call in.
okay. John, sorry, you're
That's
off.
okay.
And I'm
Okay.
sorry, I hope you.
No, that's fine. I didn't want to be the selfish one
Okay.
either, so.
And if you can call him, too.
That's no problem, at least not on the 4th, I'm on 16th.
We'll live without you.
Well, yes, you've done it before.
Yes,
Quite successfully.
we'll make it.
Okay, so there's a motion, I don't even know if we need one, but okay. Motion to, is there a motion?
Yes, I'll make a motion to move the meeting to Thursday, February 16th.
Is that okay with you guys too?
I'll second it.
Moved and seconded, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next, schedule a special town meeting to establish the hourly wage to pay an elected town officer, namely Michaela, for serving as a town employee. Namely, she's been hired to be the part-time librarian at the public library. And so, under the law, it requires a town meeting to set her hourly rate.
Yep.
And so, when would be good for?
Well, we have to post, it's a special town meeting, so it has to be posted. It has to be posted for 15 days. So if I post it tomorrow, then the next day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The earliest we could have it is February 9th.
Okay, if you had said the 14th.
And I'll be on then too, but it's a town meeting.
It's a town meeting, then hopefully it will be a quick one.
Is there anything else that conflicts with that date?
5 o'clock.
Sure.
What day of the week is
That's
that?
a Thursday, the ninth.
There is a comprehensive plan steering committee meeting at
Mm.
4 o'clock, so,
Well, are they usually done in an hour?
No,
you know,
Oh,
they're done in 2 hours, but not an hour.
I mean,
could we go to the next
Friday.
week or?
sooner, but I have a question into the Towns Association to see if I can start before then. I'm hoping that I can,
Okay,
but, so maybe even just the Friday, or at different times, 5 o'clock, if it's a, well, no, it would have to be in person, or.
Who's
it's
going
not-
to- Who's gonna drop the postings though? I mean,
I'll post, I'm the.
post big, $1 million.
no,
Oh, no,
No,
I mean,
the-
the library board posted the position at $23 an hour, so that's what it will be, recommended as, and then whoever shows up to the meeting gets to decide.
it's told them, okay. And it's gonna be a really, obviously a pretty quick meeting.
6 o'clock is fine with me on Thursday. If you wanna switch it.
6 o'clock on the 9th. Does that work for everyone?
Yeah.
Short meeting,
Call
okay.
Well, no,
No,
you
you've
want,
got,
you
you have
have
to be in person for a town meeting.
Can we ask the comprehensive plan
we can do
people?
it next day too. if it's
Let's do it the
Friday.
next day.
Okay, so Friday at 5,
Or
4?
even 4. There's maybe 5 to the town.
4, you're good with 4, John?
Sure.
Okay, how about 4 o'clock? No, you good with 4,
We're
4:15?
open till.
How about 4:15? 4:15.
Close.
Well, it's Friday and Saturday, actually our hours are posted, so I couldn't.
Well,
Okay,
and
We
then
can go
it
on
is
a
a
Friday.
town meeting, not a town board meeting, so, I mean,
you don't have to be there.
4:15 Friday, the
special town meeting on the
The
10th,
10th.
Friday.
At 4 o'clock, 4:15. Is there a motion?
It can be at 4, and I'll be 5 minutes late if that's better. Okay, great.
I'll make a motion that we approve the meeting, the public hearing.
No, it's a
Town
special
meeting.
town meeting.
Special town meeting for February,
To establish the hourly.
to establish the hourly wage to pay an elected town officer for serving as a town employee,
That's-
according to, I don't need that, okay. For February 10th at 4:15.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Next item, vouchers.
I will make a motion to approve vouchers in the amount of $66,999.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed, motion carries. Item 7, alternative claims.
I will make a motion to approve the total alternative claims in the amount of $235,411.19.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 8, treasurer's report. Is there a motion to accept the treasurer's report?
Make a motion to accept the treasurer's report with a checking account balance of $1,849,173.37.
Second,
I'll second.
moved and seconded, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next item, minutes of the regular town board meeting on January 10th of 2023.
I'll make a motion to approve the regular town board meeting minutes for Tuesday, January 10th, 2023.
Second.
It was close, okay.
Maybe.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. I'd like to ask for a motion that we move item 10 to right after public comment B. So we have our public comment and then go into executive session on both of those things
I make a motion that
consecutively.
we move item 10 to after public
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
comment.
Okay. Public comment B, does anyone have?
I
public comment?
have a public comment.
Go ahead, Mike.
Would somebody tell Ben about this light, and this has been going on for a year? Well, he was sitting here, yeah, but it's been
I
going
thought
on
you
for
were
a year.
talking about
I don't know.
It's been a year.
Yeah, it's been going on and off for, now it looks like it's went off and staying.
I know we have road deficiency reports, but we have like building deficiency reports.
Maybe that people that are gonna come up and do the thing, they can go up and put a new
There
light
you
bulb.
go, well, they're up.
Well, when we
Okay.
switch it, it might be good, because it might be better to have the light off.
Yeah.
So we might not want to fix it
Okay,
if we're gonna be there.
Any other public comment? Okay, we have a couple of items of executive session to go. Thank you, Sam. The first is the town board, and I think, Michaela, we're good to, because we can do them back to back without going back into open session, right? So we're going in for two separate purposes. The first one is to go into closed session for the purpose of considering strategy for crime detection or prevention in accordance with Wisconsin statute 19.851D. After the completion of the closed sessions, the board will come back into open session to act upon the discussion in the closed session, otherwise complete the business of the meeting before adjourning. And on that, we have police department, potential budget amendment, and police scheduling. Then we have a closed session where we're going to be conferring with our legal counsel with respect to litigation in which the town is or is likely to become involved in accordance with section 19.851G. And that's with respect to the petition with the Wisconsin Department of Revenue and potential Ashland County levy litigation, as well as notice of circumstances of claim pursuant to Wisconsin statute 893.81BA against Ashland County. So is there a motion to go into executive session for those purposes?
I'll make a motion, we go into executive session for those purposes.
I'll second.
John seconded. Okay, and now this is a roll call. Mike Anderson,
Yes.
Amy Baxter,
Yes.
Susan Brennan,
Yes.
John Carlson,
Yes.
Glenn Carlson, yes, and I should have asked for discussion first. Was there any discussion? No, okay. So, motion carries. We are in closed session, first one. And I don't know if we want to, if we need to have Bryce in. Oh, thank you.